What's the best football team?
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, come on, you're killing
Baltimore
me.
Ravens.
You're in Kansas
Congrats to
City. You
the,
can't say that on my
you know,
channel.
they are the Super Bowl champs.
No,
Congrats to them.
cut. I'm here at a local burger joint in Kansas City called Big Burger. And when I first came here, I wasn't sure because I'd never been here before and it's not what I'm used to. But I tried it and I liked it. Preferences are fine, but when we stick to the same things and the same people that are just like us, we miss out on the things and the people that are not like us. We limit who we can become because there's a lot we can learn from each other. And there's always more in common than we realize, just a different flavor. Racism is a sensitive subject, and you're going to offend somebody no matter what you say, but it's still worth saying something. So I sat down and talked to my friend Deji about this topic. He moved from Nigeria to give the United States a try. Check it out. So you moved from Nigeria. What age were you when you moved? And tell us about what it's like there.
I was 9 when I moved. My parents had pretty good jobs, so I wasn't in a position where I would be needing too much.
So you're kind of upper class there?
I wouldn't say upper class, but we were comfortable.
And you were, let's see, blacks are the majority in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
What's like the makeup of Nigeria? Like what other ethnicities and stuff?
So it's a difference really in cultures. So I'm from the Yoruba culture. There's Igbo, Hausa, and several different cultures that can include, Ghanaians and other parts of the neighboring country.
What about like music and fashion and pop culture? Do they have their own unique pop culture?
It's really Nigerian rap, but it derived from American style singing. But at the same time, there's very cultural music using things like the talking drums, use guitars. In a way, it tries to mirror Western media or Western culture. At the same time, there are differences in terms of strictly just the culture. You see cultural outfits with gele and which is the head wrap that women wear, and cultural outfits. I know there's also like jazz types of.
Is there any country music?
Definitely not.
No country music.
Definitely not.
So where did you move to first when you moved to the U.S.?
We first moved to Howard County, Maryland, and then Baltimore, which is where I spent most of my life.
So tell us about like your childhood in Maryland and then going through school.
It was kind of like, there's a new kid in the school, and like kids were kind of fascinated by that. But it wasn't until I got to the 6th grade that things kind of changed a little, because I guess when they say kids can be mean, it becomes that the reality of that is true.
What do they say? What happened?
So there'd be name calling, like African booty scratch, for example.
African booty scratch.
Yeah.
Because they based off like a National Geographic video or something?
Yeah. So that impacted my growing up.
Did you have friends who would stick up for you?
Oh yeah, of course. So there'd be growing up. I also had Nigerian friends and both American Nigerian friends who kind of stuck up for that and were very accepting of culture and understood culture. I had Hispanic friends who we would go over to their houses, play Xbox and all that. Okay,
so what happened after that?
I went to an HBCU, which is a historically black college. I actually did start in a community college first, which was also mostly had mostly white students, but it also expanded my experience with a lot of different cultures. So I got to meet different people from the Philippines, Chinese, Japanese. I got a chance to meet a lot of different people in the black community who were engaged in helping minorities, get back into higher education, building the Black community in through jobs, through relationships meaning like mentorship and so on and so forth.
Was there any differences that you noticed in cultures?
Yeah, definitely. So with white students, there was.
You could say it. I won't get mad.
No, I mean, like I'm trying to think of there was a lot more expression and freedom that it seems like.
So you felt like they felt more free to express ideas and their voice and themselves.
Yeah. Like I can only speak of myself as an individual. So for me, I tend to notice when in a way when I'm being observed, when it looks like it feels like it's a spotlight. What is the majority thinking of me as I'm saying these things or I'm speaking in class?
What is the best thing about moving to the United States?
I've had more opportunity. I've had the chance to meet different people who have nurtured my growth, who have encouraged me, taught me different skills, taught me essentially how to live life, and I thank God for putting those people in my life. There are things that in our lives and biases and ideologies that we like to hold on to that may not in fact help us.
So how has faith influenced how you see inclusion and diversity?
God created us as diverse people, right? He put us on the planet, different locations, different cultures, different skin color, but at the same time, we are all His children.
What would you say to somebody who's been hurt by racism, whether that's a white person, Hispanic person, Black person, and they got fear and anger in their heart?
I would say understand what God's love is first, because if we're being truthful, racism is a sin, right? You are dismissing someone or essentially looking at the surface and the color of someone's skin and determining that this person is less than you. God sees us as our own individuals. So, if we're supposed to reflect God and how Christ sees everyone, then, we're supposed to have that agape love. We're supposed to have that understanding that this person is my equal. This person is a child of God, just like I am.
Okay, let's get on to some serious questions. What's the best football team?
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, come on, you're killing
Baltimore
me.
Ravens.
You're in Kansas
Congrats
City.
to
You can't say that on my channel.
They are the Super Bowl champs.
No,
congrats to them.
cut. What do you hope will come from the George Floyd incident?
An open dialogue, because that's definitely needed, and how things can move forward, how things can change, how hearts can change, how love can grow, and how peace can be made.
Racism is wrong, whether it's against whites, blacks, or any other ethnicity. I believe people should be treated fairly and respectfully, regardless of their race, age, gender, political party, or anything else. Jesus was the most influential person, and he didn't achieve that by hanging out with people just like him. He loved people regardless of their race, of how much money they made, or what they could do for him. 1 Samuel 16:7 says, "The Lord does not see as man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord sees the heart." If you want a solid takeaway from this video, here it is. This week, give somebody different a chance. Get to know them. Invite them into your social group and do something fun. That's how I met Deji. Deji was brave enough to join my Bible group when at the time it was made up of all married white people, and he's a single black man. But now, we're good friends. So shake it up, do something different, because this country could use a little more truth without harshness, tenderness without weakness, and godly masculinity without apology.